Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Meta HSE Valorant, the national playoffs, and now grand finals of Glen Waverley eviction notice versus Rangitoto College from New Zealand. I'm Digital Casts, and of course with me has Daddy Slim. So, map one, right? We just saw Icebox go pretty toe-to-toe, but however, towards the end there, eviction notice, Glen Waverley, man, they just pulled out the afterburners and then they clean sweeped 7 rounds back-to-back. Rangitoto College had no answer.
Yeah, just looking really solid on that attacking half they had. They were down 8-6 after losing both pistols. And you were thinking Rangitoto really had an advantage to try and push that one through, possibly claim out Icebox. Unfortunately for them, they could not get it done. They did not win a single round after that, 13-8. And I mean, you're looking at people on that team like, I think it was the man Lazy on there, Jacob, popping off with 25 kills, feeling very nice. But yeah, it was pretty solid showing for most of the Rangitoto guys together, especially during that first half. Pretty even kill spread. But yeah, just couldn't really get it together on that defensive side as they now switch over to Bind. And they need to get this one done here. If they can at least get a decent first half, try and push through the second, take us to our third map of a set. That's what they're after. Meanwhile, Eviction Notice looking to close out the series and get that number 1 rank through this round robin system so that they can put themselves up into the big grand finals, of course, because this is the... it's like the round robin of sorts for this championship round. As we're already looking through ones there. If you guys have just joined us for the first time, we started with our quarterfinals at midday today. It was Colby Valorant going down to Bop in the first one there. They went on to play Rangitoto, which Rangitoto won through that. So Bop dropped down. They'll play St. Joseph's next week in the lower bracket. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, which we've been casting, St. John's are going up against St. Joseph's. St. Joseph's only had 4 players, which was interesting. They went down there. Eviction notice then we're waiting for St. John's and they put them away 13-6 on Icebox, sending them down to the lower bracket where they'll be Kobe Valorant next week. And that leaves us where we are now with our winners final, which is Rangitoto versus Eviction Notice. Rangitoto, their first pick was on Icebox there, as Icebind, a mix between the two, as they went down 13-8 and Eviction now a chance to get through here, get that first seed and put themselves in that opportunity to get that championship really secured in, as both teams getting their picks through now, as it's looking like it's just Arizna and Hisort deciding on what they want to pick up. But you look at those ones, they're pretty substandard. We've got the 2 attackers there for Fog, Fixie and McAshy, and it's looking like it's going to be Arizna and Ryan possibly picking up the 2 attackers as well there.
Yeah, Bind's one of those maps in which teams nowadays in the meta, they play a really heavy post-plants composition, especially with mollies, snake bites, and whatnot, shock darts, all that nonsense. So for the side of Rangitoto College, that's pretty much what we're seeing. Triple duelist, which is kind of rare, but having Greedy once again on the smoker role, it's a good thing. But him playing Brimstone is basically one of the meta smokers for Bind, especially, the smokes go down first, but it's mainly the Molotov that you should keep an eye on, because he'll be playing offsite, usually post-plant, and doing lineups, because the molly, strongest burning molly in the game, and it lasts for quite a while as well. However, starting off on defense, Rangitoto College, it's not the favorite side for a triple duelist setup, so I do expect them to be going somewhat aggressive and proactive on defense, getting a lot of map control. On the flip side, though, Glen Waverley, iconic, he switched off Viper onto the Sky. It's a good pick for Bind, just a solid agent all around, can do it all, can flash, can get intel, and can heal. Lazy on the Astra, I rate that pick. Astra works on Bind. However, once again, Brimstone is the more meta smoker for this map. And Brimstone and Omen, actually. Astra, you didn't see as much, in my opinion. Erasna on the Sova is perfectly fine. But however, another Killjoy on High Shot. I want to see where he decides to put his util, because we are seeing less Sentinels on Bind coming into the late 2021 meta. But hey, we'll talk about that a little bit later, as the attackers, you can do a B split here. Let's see, he gets stomped in mid-air. Okay. And already right off the bat, tip for tat trades, B-side still being hotly contested.
McAshy already with a couple there. Iconic will put them down to now 3v3 situation. Arizna picking up cats on as well. So it's going to be the guys over here on eviction notice getting that plant of the spike, and will go down. Granny pushing on out. He gets one, but Arizna there with the trade. Now Toby has to make their way all the way around. They're not ready in that position of Lazy already there on that Astra. They were pretty insane on that jet pick earlier in the last map, but they've switched across, and it's going to be Ryan picking that up now. And so far, so good. As they pick up that first round, the pistol was through. Now they look to get that buy-up Spectres across the board. Meanwhile, you just imagine it's going to be just the classic save. Maybe a pistol buy here or there. Keton already sitting at the 1.6 credits, so I think he might have invested a bit of utility into this round. Also went a bit hard on the last round of the pistol as well. So this should be a second round here to imagine for eviction, but hey, you never know if the classics all come together. All the stars align. Maybe there's a chance here for Rangitoto to get something done.
Oh mate, I have my doubts. It's gotta be rough. You have to be playing really goblin angles with the classics to do damage. And look at that. There's the dog from Sky, and it's just so good at getting intel. And on top of that, to boot, they still have a Sova Owl drone should they need more. Oh, it's gotta be rough, man. And look at this. They didn't really get long control or get the orb, but they're playing this very slow, expecting sneaky angles and a stack potentially coming from Rangitoto. They're rotating over towards A, in which there's only 2 defenders there. It's gonna be a rough task. Astro Stars goes down. Jet Dash onto the site first. Greedy getting gravity weld, and Ryan the spray and pray drive-by shootout, starting things off, looking for more. Makashi, oh dear, waiting for his teammates to come back him up.
Trying to actually push through, and he might be able to stop that spike. Play can't quite get through his hot. Let's hold that angle off in the end. He's going to pick up second there onto Cat's on as Lazy going through bathrooms. It's just pretty much not what they can do in this position for the guys over on Rangitoto College, and just like that, the round is done. A flawless one at that. So they've got Spectres across the board to go into this bonus, and now Rangitoto will be able to full buy here. Phantoms, Toby staying with the Vandal. And this is the big round. I mean, there's a chance here as well because they haven't had the buy across this thing with these Spectres, so they should have the gun advantage here. But the way they've been attacking so far, Eviction has been pretty nice. And if they can get some early picks here, especially if Fixie or Keton get a bit too aggressive towards that B side of things, especially towards Hooker, it could really unravel quickly. So they need to make sure they can get aggressive here. And that's what they want to do as well. But they're going to be running into a lot here as they're pushing straight in towards it. They're going to fall back quickly there. Tasmanian Tiger trying to chase down Fixie. Meanwhile, over towards the outside, Toby's already got that shower control going through the telly. Mikashi actually will get Ryan as well. The nades fall down nicely. The problem is he's sort of stuck in towards here, but he's got Fixie as well coming from the angle, and he'll put him down. And that is going to be a nice start. They get that aggression they wanted, and now left in a 5v3. Makes it very tough for Eviction Notice to get much done here.
Last player standing.
Fixie's just going on a roll. He's killing everyone, man. All that's iconic. Last player standing. He does get the orb. That's a small win. And potentially this pop flash may lead into a few more kills. Although, yeah, indeed it does. He takes down Fixie. Defenders are rotating over, but it's crucial they don't lose any more rifles. Losing 2 is the maximum that you should be looking for. 3, however, that's a disaster. And iconic, he's holding the angle, and now full discipline from Rangitoto. Everyone's holding the angle, letting one player rotate back to A to watch a potential teleport play. And iconic, nothing he can really do. As soon as he walks out there, it's a firing squad looking down at him. Easy peasy, done and dusted.
Yeah, Keton just holding that angle underneath that Hooker window there. And we'll put it down as they hold that round pretty nicely with that full buy. And now it's going to be one for Eviction Notice as well. They're going full Phantoms across the board as Fixie. Well, you'd imagine they possibly could get a full buy here from Toby, but then you'd imagine they just stick with the Spectre, or maybe try and go for that orb early and try and get the knives out. But they aren't going to be able to get that one, so Toby giving across his credits so that Fixie may frag, or hopefully frag, for the side of Rangitoto, as again they're looking trying to get aggressive towards bathrooms. That's what they kind of have to do because they've got those 3 attacking ones, and it's going to be Fixie. He's going after the knives as well, and he will pick that one up. So merely that one there, and they've already got pretty good bathroom control. The problem is there are some players waiting outside here for Eviction Notice, so they want to try and challenge this. Rizna and also Iconic, they think about it, but now they decide to back off, pick up that spike, and think about where they want to head. It's sort of spread out the moment, just playing default positions, no one getting too aggressive. We've got to be careful here, though, they just don't get caught out in these 1v1s.
Oh, no, he didn't.
He might, no, he got away with that one. I don't think it was fine there as Fixie falls off that long position. Just want to be careful they don't get caught in these one-on-ones because there's not really a lot of room for trades if they do. So Smike's setting up towards B and distraction towards A. So it looks like they'll be trying to hit this B side, a minute left on the clock. Also, the drone going in, it's going to spot out at least one towards the back. Don't know if he spotted Fixie either. They've cleared out that B long position, and now this push is going to start coming in here.
All Astra Stars dumped everyone on site. However, defenders are starting to rotate over as well. It's going to get rough no matter how you look at it. My eyes, of course, are on Fixie to start things off, potentially with the first kill, and then the jet dash to escape to safety. Those nanoswarms don't really do too much. Nice recon arrow. Fixie gets a double spray down, but however, Iconic does trade back. 3v3, and the attackers, they do get side control, looking to plant it, and over towards Elbow. Toby was blinded. Iconic still going deeper and for more. Another one potentially, but no, looks the wrong way. Why is he staring at the wall? Greeny catches some Blacken. 2v2, making it a 2v1. Greeny last player standing. That's good though, good intel, and then Razza looks the wrong way. High shot, getting distracted by the boombot. Post-mortem from the dead rays on the defense. And Greeny, oh my god, just lands the easiest 1v2 retake I've seen.
The boombot from the grave gets it done there. Mikashi, the distraction coming out, and Greeny was more than happy to take both of those kills, and a big round there for the side of Rangitoto College. You would have thought Eviction, they had that one, they got those kills. I feel like just if there was a problem pushing in there from Iconic, he just went almost a bit too aggressive. And yeah, I'm not sure if he was waiting for a flash to come around, so he was sort of playing that anti-flash angle, looking at the wall there, but doesn't come through. And Granary puts it down, ends up with a 3k in the round, so he's feeling pretty nice as we now sit at 2 apiece, and this sort of half by here from Viction. They've got that judge on his hot. And Fixie already getting really aggressive with that operator. Should be able to pick up Lazy. I say that doesn't quite land it, but it's going back to check it again. Arisen as well to be Toby the flash. This time he lands it, even with that hawk coming through. And a 4v4 situation as now they look to try and possibly hit towards this B-side. The spike though is over towards Bathroom, so they now have the opportunity to try and rotate around if they want, but still, Arisen will pick up the Vandal as well. So there's an opportunity for them to do something in this round, Eviction.
That was very well played there, to say the very least. Him holding his ground with the operator, committing to that kill. Good start. Although now, Glen Waverley, what are they doing? It's like a waltz. I thought they were going to head over towards Ava instead, with 4 players standing. A couple of Sheriffs, but it's mainly a Razna you should be watching with the Vandal. They can do some damage, but look, it's gonna be rough, man. 4v4 and inferior guns. Kind of defense-sided, limited util to play with, and they're taking damage as we speak. Rotation's coming over as well. That recon arrow does get popped, but however, Ryan dashes off the side. Erasna snipes down Catan. The distraction, the space maker, human flashbang, it's worked. But Greeny, orbital strike, can it get a kill?
30 seconds
yes,
left.
does manage to burn down Ryan, but now 3v3. Spike not down just yet. 20 seconds to go. The TP isn't out of the question, but Iconic will guarantee the spike plant. But his teammates are falling. This is going to be rough. They're aping onto the site and still fighting for life. Iconic, he has to reload, and McAshy narrowly saves Fixie. 2v1 now. Just around the corner, and there's a judgment from High Shot. We saw him do it all day long. He guarantees us another clutch. That's just highway robbery.
The judge, it always comes through at the most pivotal moments, and High Shot loving that one there. An Eviction get around that they really should not have been involved in. But that half buy does enough, and now they're the ones with that full buy in the Phantoms. Ryan also gets that operator that High Shot picked up after round, and now, yeah, unfortunately here for Rangitoto, they have to sort of stick towards these pistols. Toby will be at least able to get a stinger. He needs to get it going here. 0-4, unable to get on the board so far through these 5 rounds. As now it's looking like they're going to be trying to get this 2-round advantage. Fixie though running out with the knives early, gets damaged, but Arizna will shut him down. Unfortunately just not working out there. The Tasmanian Tiger also on towards Toby, so they know he's around that area. Iconic trying to push with that smoke, firing through, doesn't hit anything. Ryan just spamming with that operator, seeing if he might get a lucky pick through. Toby was sitting over towards that corner as the bomb is going to be heading over towards the A side by the looks of things. As they try and join with each other, Arizna also getting healed up as well by Iconic. They might look to hit here. There are 3 players waiting. So if they play their cards right here, Eviction, they might have a chance, and also the rocket coming through. Oh, lands a bit short, and it does take High Shot hugely. Unfortunately, just can't quite get anything done with it. 3 players here still on the top of the all towards Bathroom. Blazy getting Nagashi. The only thing here, they might not pick the entirety of the Bathroom. He's already looking towards it though. Greenery taking huge damage. He's going to be shut down now left in the 5v2. This should be Eviction picking up round number 4.
That still don't know that Toby's like still in showers. He's been holding this angle all the time, and now maybe good to get a few picks. Although Iconic is locking the angle down, but Frenzy that distance, good for 1. But however, he limited ammo, and that's 1 layer to guarantee intel they already knows. Blazy's around the corner. Katana's joined the fray as well, but he only has a classic in tow. Ryan locking the angle down with an operator. Toby, he saw him for sure. Ryan's committing to the kill, but Toby with a wide swing. The operator misses, but oh, how does he get a kill into Erasna? That's just perverted. Now 1v2, it's doable. That's a mistake TP by Ryan. 1v1 on the side. Toby just has to get that final kill and suddenly it's doable. But no, Lazy hiding in the corner, biding his time, catches Toby, looking at the spike, and that's the 4th round for Eviction Notice.
I can imagine if all of them were offside, and unfortunately he'd gone through there, Ryan, but and luckily enough, Lazy was still hanging around in the corner up towards there, so they get that one done. And now looking to try and get a 5th round on the boards. We're going to another buy round here, both teams. And sudden the pressure once again back on the guys at Rangitoto. They've lost the last 2. But if they can get this one through, they bring back to a 3v4. They drop this, though. Again, they're just going to be looking by next round. So they look to try and get aggressive again. They've been very aggressive towards bathrooms each time. The problem is that's not where they're going at the moment. Tasmanian Tiger jumping in through. Fixie will put it down in towards Trigger as Iconic falls down. The ult there. Oh, being shut down, but they already know where Fixie is. And he's stuck in towards Trigger, getting spammed through the box, and Iconic hits them down. Arizno also sparing that Hunter's Fury. Won't pick up anything there, but it forces Katon to fall back, and the shock dart closes. Now they've managed to get the two towards the side, but Katon already gone, and now it's all left on Toby to try and get something done. Unfortunately not. Iconic puts them down, and just like that, it's an absolutely flawless round so far. And what is a gun round for both teams of 5v2, and now it's all left on Greenery and McAshy to try and sell something. Lazy already getting one though, and Greenery needs to go absolutely off. 9 bullets in hand. Arizona spamming as he runs through, shuts him down. It's a 5th round on the board. And Eviction starting to get on a nice roll here as they get a 3-round advantage, and now going to be coming up against a half buy here for Rangitoto College.
Okay, the thing about running Brimstone on bind is the rest of your team, right? When you have no support from smokes, you have to be able to land your shots or just fall back. Because as soon as you know that there's players from the attack side about to go onto B or A, whatever, and you don't have any support from Greeny's smokes, it's in your best interest to really not swing those angles because you have no cover, and that's too many angles to clear. You're swinging out into an unknown, and Greeny, you know, the Brimstone, it's a good pick, yes, but however the smokes have a limited range. It's just a rough situation, and sometimes I would like to see maybe Astra or Viper at least come out more on bind because her presence, her util is ever present across the map, and this time, my god, just Spike, it's not yet over towards A, but it doesn't matter because Waverley, this is running over towards A, getting all these frags, and Iconic, he's in a rough spot now because he's caught out in the open. He could have backed out to safety behind the wall, but he does get taken down. 2v3 with pistols. I don't know if they can do this. It's possible though.
All these angles, the problem is they're all looking towards in Greenery. He's got 2 with this Sheriff so far, but low health, not much he can do in this situation. Erasmo will shut him down. 6th round on the board here for Eviction Notice. That's 4 on the trot, and now again another full buy here for both sides. But you just look over Eviction, look at the money, the credits that they've got. It's a it's a nice little economy that they've built themselves. Iconic's a bit low on 850, but then look at the others. I mean, he's shot 8,000 on Ryan Lazy with almost 4, 6.5 on Arizna. So they are looking pretty steady, even if they lose a couple of rounds here. Meanwhile, everything going in here for the guys on Rangitoto. They need to get this one through and operate on Foxy or Fixie as well. They just need to find something here. They need to stop this streak because all of a sudden it comes 2-7. They have to again look at sort of a half by the next round. They just need to find some opening picks here and just shut down any kind of push.
For defense on mine, right, the thing is, the ult orbs, they lean over towards the defense. You can actually manage to sneak them kind of before the attackers can really get into position to prevent you, especially the ones over towards B long. That favors defense, but A, it's a little bit more balanced. I just want to see the defense going more aggressive to get those ult orbs and manage the ult economy a little bit better. But right now, it's a full-fledged gunfight over towards B. But Eviction Notice, man, it's just... They're everywhere, every single one on the team. They're getting the trades, they're getting the frags, and the aggression as well. Lazy's not on jet, he doesn't care as he pushes around the angle, gets the quad kill, and Greeny post-mortem gets the burn onto Razna, who just, I don't know, stepped a pinky toe into the orbital strike.
I think he just willingly jumped into that one almost. I sort of looked across because I almost thought Ryan had gone into that as he got close to it towards the end, but then the camera was on him, and then all of a sudden this comes up. Oh, there goes Narizna as he falls. But yeah, it's just been, again, this attacking domination. They're just feeling it, and we've just seen it. We saw it on Icebox. They're just really struggling to hold. Unfortunately, the side of Rangitoto, they get the 2 rounds from what was literally a bonus and then going up against a half buy, but since then they haven't been able to get any gun rounds across. Their half buys haven't really been fulfilling much, unfortunately, as Arizna looking towards this mid side on 8 and possibly towards that U-haul position as McAshy holds out the spike though. It's back towards that mid side, more towards the B teleport if they want to pick that up and go back. They're sort of just deciding, sort of default players, but they've already got pretty big aggression towards B long here. No one's particularly holding the angle there. They're waiting for a more push onto side if they want to do that. Meanwhile, Ryan with that operator holding that angle, he's not going to find anyone popping in there, you'd imagine, as Toby's down towards the side with that judge. Be hoping they can find something here. They just need a pick or 2 just to get some numbers advantage, get some just anything going as they're looking to try and hold towards this A, but the problem is this bomb is coming in again towards B side of the Killjoy. It's also going down. The teleport though from Fixie trying to get something. The problem is they've only got a judge, so they need to get a bit closer. Toby, they're holding the angle, gets the first. Will be put down by High Shot though as Caton had to fall off that, but he's getting pushed by Lazy. They don't have their gun out. They will manage to get the full across. Finally through in Arizna. Another one to McAshey. Greeny trying to push through. Actually manages to get the kill. Dies at his own Molotov. And now a 1v2. Fixie has actually managed to pick up the operator, so a chance here with the spike sitting down on the ground.
But it's a good smoke though by Lazy, and look at that. It denies Foxy any vision. He has the operator, like you mentioned, but he has to get the opening frag and try to make more happen. And all Eviction Notice has to do is just play safe and let Foxy be the one to aggress. Just don't swing the angle! Oh, High Shot, man. What was that? That's exactly what you shouldn't do. And Foxy, I think he's a pretty good idea of where Lazy is standing. Has the Phantom in hand as well. Oh, he can so do this. Lazy's basically one shot from death. Dashes on the side. Foxy confirms his position, confirms the clutch, doesn't take a lick of damage, gets the defuse, and probably will get the operator as well. Well done.
That is such a huge round there from Fixie. Gets it through beautifully. And they pick up their 9th kill, and that Thrifty, finally they get something coming through, and yes, the operator will be picked up as well. So they get that one on the board. And even though they do, it looks like a timeout's going to be coming through as well here. Toby deciding they want to have a chat, which is probably not a bad idea, honestly. I mean, they finally get that round on the board. They have an opportunity to bring a few rounds back. If they can get this a 5-7 half, I don't think they complain about that. Even a 4-8, considering I thought they were about to drop that round. We're sitting at 2-8, and things get really just barrel out of control from there. But if they can just pick up another couple, they'll be looking pretty, and an opportunity to try and do something on that attacking side when they switch over in a couple of rounds' time.
Yeah, for sure. And one trend I've noticed is that every single time at Rangitoto College, they try to break the bank of Glen Waverley. Glen Waverley just somehow win that round and becomes a snowball, like, you know, and then they build up a streak of a couple of rounds, and Rangitoto are on the back foot. Once again, we are in a similar situation. Glen Waverley, obviously, their economy is stronger, so it's going to take Rangitoto 2 to 3 rounds back to back to break their economy, but then again, by that time, the half's already over. Better late than never to use your first time out just before the half ends, and like you said, guarantee that 5-7, I hope at least. One thing I want to mention, though, for Rangitoto on the defense is they're playing very passive, and it's proven. Well, I would say, okay, I'm gonna say it's proven right that their site holds just aren't working, because Glen Waverley, they're playing with full confidence and full aggression. They can out-aim Rangitoto College and run onto the site. Even if they can't get that first initial opening frag, they sure as hell can trade. So I do really want to see Rangitoto start to be more proactive, at least on the extremities of the map. Just push when you have no intel, don't hear any noise, because that's what the game is about. Just seeing if the attack can take the defensive aggression. Well, this time, however, nice paint shell. McAshey dunks onto Ryan. Well done. Good start by Rangitoto. But the A-side take still on the way. They've already taken A.
They have taken A, but Greeny's still on the side, and he's feeling it right now as McAshey looking the wrong angle there. Lazy taking down both players. A 4v2 becomes a 2v2. The spike is planted. And just like that, it's all left on Fixing Catan to try and get this 4th round on the board. Because he does have the operator looking around towards the side, so Lazy in towards that U-Haul position. Meanwhile, Arizna holding bathrooms, and they really just need to do that. They don't need to worry too much about, you know, pushing in, and also Fixing trying to be brought in by the Astra. There. Meanwhile, though, Lazy a 3rd in the round. Mate, that a 4th from Lazy, popping off and swinging that one back to Eviction. Again, just unfortunate there for the side of Rangitoto College. They had the opportunities. They had a 4v2. They just weren't ready for another push in there as Lazy grabs a 2K, gets the bomb plan, then finishes off the last 2 as well. And 8-3. It's just really unfortunate there.
I don't understand what happened there. Maybe just miscommunication for a side of Rangitoto, because the 3 players on defense on A sites, they weren't behind the Cosmic Divide. They were in front of it. They should have heard exactly where the attackers were coming from. But they're 2 holding in the cubby, and they just got pinched from showers. That's what happens when you have no showers control or presence there. Ryan starting things off, catches out one player, peeking out aggressively B. When I said I want to see defensive aggression, that's not quite what I meant. If you're going to swing out B main by yourself, you should have a teammate there with either smokes or a flash to back you up. And just like this, the defense is starting to fall apart. Toby does get one, looking to do more. Passes the Empress, but Ryan misses that shot. And now 3v3. Sight hasn't taken, but the spike not yet down. All the defenders have to do is hold the angle down and wait for the attackers to make a move. McAshey, nice showstopper, explosive Razna, great paint shell as well to flush the jet out of the corner. corner. And Iconic, he has a spike and is rotating back over towards A. But Ryan, he's deep behind the enemy lines. If he can get a kill here, it's a huge bonus. But Iconic, he TP'd through, and Greeny had the drop on him, but Iconic saw it coming and secures that kill. He threw a flash through first, and Greeny was blind to death. Hey, he's going back over towards A. This is just ring around the rosy.
Now it comes down to what happens if they push through towards that CT spawn. It's going to be Ryan. He was thinking about it here, but that's the problem here for Mikashi. He knows that they're around here somewhere. It's the same here for Toby. Now they're coming back to A. They've back to B, and this time, you've taken too many chances, and Toby holding that angle puts down a cone. That's the spike, and now Ryan has to get aggressive on towards the B side. Mikashi shuts him down. It's a 4th round on the board for Rangitoto when
switching sides.
So twice they could have gone to the A site there. Actually managed to get a kill out of going through the teleport as well. And then, yeah, unfortunately just tried it one too many times there, Iconic. And, well, considering where that could have been, I think they'll take the 4 rounds there, 8-4 after that first half. And now as they move on to this attacking side, they have the 3 attackers. I mean, Fixie, Mikashi, Toby. So they're going to be looking to be aggressive as possible. Greeny's going to have to put down those smokes, get some stuff done. And Canton just sitting on the 1 kill so far. If he can get the information, it won't matter too much about the kills, because if his teammates are the ones getting them, he can just sit back and relax. The problem is whether his teammates can do that as we move now into this second half, and a chance here for Evictionos to close this out and claim the series, grab that number 1 seed. Or can Rangitoto get us into a 3rd and try and keep this one going onto Ascent?
They're going fast over towards B, but the problem is there's a lot of killjoy using right under towards window. Toby starts things off, though, executes Iconic, and McAshy explodes Ryan. Okay, there's only 1 defender on the site, and HiShot's by himself. He will fall to Toby, and 4v2 now. Post plants. Oh, the retake. It's not going to be easy to say the least.
On that angle there with the frenzy.
Down. Woo! Nice by Razna. Not enough, though. Not enough.
Katon doubling his kills there with the 2nd on the board. And that's the start that they were after there. Now, the problem has been they've actually won a lot of these pistol rounds so far. Half the guys in Rangitoto, they've gotten the first 2 across most of the time. It's just been the gun rounds after that where they've struggled on. But they did look very nice on the attacking side on Icebox. So maybe they have the chance to pull this around. There's Greenery as well. He's going to be sitting there with the rifles. So with Spectres across the board, although Fixie now just deciding, oh, no, he's going to Spectre now. He was having second thoughts there. Just to pull that one across, and now the opportunity to try and get this one as Fixie picks up Lazy almost immediately towards A, and they're looking to just burst on here, and it's going to be, well, Erasmus, not much they can do about that, and it's all left now on Ryan to try and hold this down. He does get Greenery, so he will be able to pick up a Spectre there, and they have an opportunity as the spike gets planted.
When you take shower control as an attacker, you basically always have to push with a teammate to help cover the angles, especially if you're trying to go for the ult orb as well. But the shorties, oh my god, it's doing damage. They've gotten 2 kills. If they can get a 3rd one, that's just the cherry on top. Although Toby is close, and he will push straight into Iconic. But however, that was a really close fight. Rangitoto, they will take the round. Only 2 behind right now. The 4-8 scoreline, like you said, it wasn't too bad. But the problem is, now in their bonus, going up against the full buy for Glen Waverley, they need to win this to basically build up a stronger economy and secure the comeback.
And it's always a hard task here, especially when you just don't have that utility in guns when you come up against another full buy. As that's what we've got here for the guys over in Glen Waverley. Phantoms across the board, Ryan, with that Vandal. As they want to try and get this 9th round, keep that sort of advantage to their own, but there is opportunities here for Rangitonga College. They're pushing in now already towards B-Line. They're going really aggressive. Also going towards Hooker. They're not trying to stop it. They're just going absolutely crazy. Toby already bursting onto the side. Dink on towards Iconic as well. Nades is not going to land on top. Ashley's been absolutely beautiful with those so far. They're still rushing on as well, and they should try and get their spike planted. They're trying to get a smoke down as well to block off the entrance in towards the B side here. They should be right. Fixie, though, picking up Ryan. All of a sudden, 5v3. Arisna finally gets one back. With the spike down, they have a real opportunity in this bonus to get something done.
That smoke dissipated at the worst of times, and HiShot, he managed to have a clear shot into McAshy. Now, 2 defenses are very low. They can't get these frags. Greeny, nice 1D onto HiShot, but Lazy trades right back. Katon, 1v2. He's been quiet all game, but now is his time to shine. This is so clutchable. If he pushes out blindly, he may meet his end. Yep, he pushes out, gets the kill onto the defuser, but Razna already setting point blank for the execution. So, Glen Waverley will win the round, but they lost 4 rifles. So I'm not too sure what Erasmus is too happy about, because going to this next round, they may be able to buy into it, but it's not going to be clean.
Yeah, definitely going to be pretty short here, which is exactly what they wouldn't have wanted. Only the one rifle, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's like you're going to be spec'd as a judge. Ryan can probably pick up a rifle if they want, but they're going to have to sacrifice all the utility and armor, but they just go for the judge as well. Meanwhile, the full buy now can come in for the side of Rangitoto, and they have the opportunity here, the guys, because they know that if they can get this one across 7-9, then they put them onto another half buy, and they can close this up to just 1 round. And the opportunities, their eyes start to light up, and they think, all right, we've got a chance into this one. But they need to make sure they can get this attack going through. They've looked pretty good so far on these last 3 rounds that they've started here, as they're going to be heading towards the B site with the spike to begin with. Meanwhile, a couple more just sitting in the default positions, holding shells, holding that mid-A side. But here, high shot, holding close, and Hawker, big kill into McAshy. He's going to get a rifle out of that as well. And Erasmus puts in greenery just as the Astra smoke went down as well. And unfortunately, just like that, it's going to be a 5v3, and this gun round is falling apart here for Rangitoto even before it started.
I don't understand what the thought process is here. Rangitoto, they know that Glen Waverley are in an eco, and they could potentially be sneaky goblin judges, just like this, you know. A high shot, there's a rifle in front of him. He doesn't want it. He's just going to stick with the judge. And as a result, they're just pushing into these angles by themselves. I mean, you were raised. Maybe you had a boom bot. That would have helped you clear a few angles, but not that it matters right now, because Fixie and Toby, the tag team, they're starting to just clear the A site all by themselves. And now look at that. Man advantage going their way. Hunter's Fury being deployed, and it doesn't really get much done, I'll be honest. There is still the Killjoy lockdown to play with, but still, in a 2v3, it's hard to do. But high shot, he was on the flank. I don't think anyone's watching it potentially. Look at this. Gets the drop onto Catan. 2v2 now, but Toby gets the refrag. And now it's all down to Erasmus. You have the Sova Recon Arrow available, but the double up, it should basically mean the end of them. The trade is instantaneous, and Toby pumping a few, you know, pre-fires over towards the angle, secures his triple, and that's 7-9. Rangitoto College. The start of the round was a little bit dicey, but they still managed to convert into a round win.
They get it down, and yeah, well, we thought there for a second they lost the first 2. All of a sudden, we thought, oh, this should be a swing over towards the guys over on Glen Waverley, but just like that, the push into the A side, 3 quick kills, bang, bang, and bang. And they've brought this one back, and now all of a sudden they are in this position where they can get it back to within 1 round, because it's just shorties for Iconic, High Shot, and Ryan. Sheriff on Lazy and Arizna just going to be sticking to that classic, so big opportunities here. They just have to make sure they clear out their angles. They don't want to be giving any opportunities towards these guys over on Eviction. So holding the angles. They'll get the orb at least there over towards Ryan. As they start this pushing, they're going really early towards this shot. High shot, unfortunately being revealed there as Toby takes him down. And now already a 5v4. And, well, the only reason that they're going to get some kills here if they run into these shorties, if they go searching. But all they need to do is just hold the side. Spike gets planted, and this should be an 8th round on the board. Oh yeah, look, classics and shorties. Like you said it, play the range advantage with your rifles. No need to give anything up. In fact, Rangitoto College, if they lose a player... Oh my god. I'll be a little bit ashamed as... Greedy, why are you doing that? Overextending! Then Ryan, that leads to a second kill, maybe a third. And this is getting into a 1v1. Iconic is taking down Fixie. He has a rifle in his hands potentially. Seeker 7 pops. He already knows exactly where Catan is. But Catan has the Hunter's Fury to play with. And Iconic is very much aware of this, and he's going for the hunt. The moment he hears the tap, that's when he pops the ultimate, but Iconic realizes he's out of time. Yeah, he has to run away and go for the save, live to fight another day. He's picked up a rifle, so it's not too bad. They've done so much damage despite being on an eco. And Rangitoto, going into the next round, they are able to afford, but Glen Waverley did not make it easy for them. Yeah, just when we thought, you know, it was 5v3, they just have to hold the angles, don't have to get into any fights, and then you walk into a Sheriff and you also walk into a Shorty, and Fixie almost managed to make that possible as well there for the guys. Oh, I'm sorry, I should say Lazy. Ryan, go on. Jet, whichever Jet it was pushing in and out. Having opportunity to bring that one back. They do get the round across, but they could have saved so many more credits there and had the opportunity to start building up a bit more bank. As it is, though, they've brought this one right back. There's one round between both teams. And now Rangitoto an opportunity to tie this back up, but they're going to be running into a full buy here and an operator as well on Ryan on that Jet. The problem is, it's not going to be anywhere near this A side where they are just bursting onto. They want to get this done immediately.
Yeah, this is a crucial round as well. Whichever team wins this, they'll break the economy of the other team. Fixie dives in and gets that shot to Razna, clears out Yuhul for his team as well. That's so much map control, but Lazy pushes right back. They are going kind of tit for tat. Spike to go down and man advantage. And there's the orbital struck to play with post plant. Lazy gets one, Lazy gets two! Katan goes down and Fixie wasn't quite there for the trade. Toby, however, is the one to finish the job, but he's by himself on the side. He's in a really nasty corner. Iconic pushes and he gets that kill. Orbital struck to come through, and Greeny with the post plant Molly lineups as well. This should buy so much time, but then again, he has to kind of push and get the kills. The defuse is being stuck, and here comes the Molly. It's gonna burn. He gets it halfway, and Iconic, he secures it. Oh my god, that's just so unfortunate. Double digits for Glen Waverley, and that is not how Rangitoto pictured that round going.
No, unfortunately, they got that first kill on towards Fixie, but it was Lazy going absolutely off on that Astra. Kills around and just completely destroying the after plant situation there. And yeah, unfortunately for Greeny, he managed to get that Molotov up and also his ultimate out, but just can't stop the bomb plant. He's put down by Ryan, and the defuse comes through from Iconic. 10-8. They maintain this lead. And again, so it's sort of a bit of half buys across the board here, more so towards the side of Rangitoto College. Yes, but doesn't mean they're full. They're there. We're holding that though. They're right already. Ryan's going to take Toby. He might even peek again towards Long. Bit of the ult popped out here. As well from Greeny, he's going to pick one up. 4v4 situations. A hold down. Ryan gets pushed in from Agashi. He wasn't aware that there was no one on side helping him. Unfortunately, Lazy goes running. Gets on with the train back. 3v2. The opportunity's still here. Look, Level start pushing him towards the sun. High shot. Oh no, with the judge has an opportunity. One!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, the judge! High shot! And that might just be the game. Oh my god, what a play from High Shot. Gets onto how he gets all three there, I have no idea. But he gets away with it, and just like that, 11-8, it should have been. It should have been 10-9, but every time that you think the Rangitoto have that opportunity to even things up, to get around, something like that happens. Glen Waverley coming through with it. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Dude, I'm very worried for Rangitoto's mental right now. That was a round High Shot should not have won. Two players basically right next to each other, and the judge just kills them instantaneously. And that range as well. The judge should have been able to secure the kills only because that last fight was so low. That's what happened. And now this absolute balls little wall A-side take. It's not working out too well. They took some damage, based it out of pieces of the util, and now they rotate over towards B. Greeny, what is he doing? He just dives onto the side by himself. No smokes as well. He was certain to die. And now the attackers, they're sort of just stumbling and a bit confused, to say the very least. They do catch a Raz and they're pushing a little bit too much, so he will get taken down, and that's a rifle handed over. But make no mistake, this is still an eco coming up from Rangitoto. They aren't expected to win this round. Okay, that changes things a little bit.
Fixie though, picking up Ryan, but sitting on 5 HP. So the operator hits the floor. They still don't really have the weaponry and utility to realistically get too much done here, but they are going towards this A side with only one player sits, and High Shot gonna have to pop off here if they want the turret. He actually gets caught out there. We'll be able to fall back. And he has the judge again on us. Again, isn't it? He gets one, looking for a second even. He's gonna get it. 3 in the round. Make it a 4th. High Shot. Do it for us. He's popping off on the judge. Feeling it right now. Looking around, spamming wherever he can. And they know they're in towards U-Haul now as Katon gonna have to pop it. High Shot. A 4K again. This time on the judge. He's just, he's loving it. And that's 12 rounds. And now 4 map series and championship points here for Glen Waverley to clutch that #1 seed. And yeah, they will at least have a full buy here for Rangitoto College, but you just think how different this could have been a few rounds ago.
Man, I'm feeling sad now. that was just rough. The judge on High Shot has been really providing value for Glen Waverley, to say the least, you know, and he's still insisting on using it because why not? It's served them so well in his past 2 rounds, back-to-back multi-kills, and Rangitoto This is it, the final buy round. They have to go hard. Different attack trades, and Fixie just dives right in there. No flashes, no teammate support. 4v2 now. Toby's low. He has to get 1 kill to go for an overkill. But then again, look who's around the corner. High shot with his judge. This is going to be a rough situation. Opening frag, and High shot finishes the job with the judge. All down to Magashi. 1v3. Lazy chimes in. 13-8. Glen Waverley, man, it looked a little bit dangerous initially, but then they fully secured the win. Ugh, nothing I can say about that.
Yeah, they get the job done, and even Stevens' second half there, unfortunately, does not help out Rangitoto as they drop it 13-8, and it's going to be Glen Waverley picking up the #1 seed for our championship. They've got it all the way through 13-8 on Icebox, 13-8 on Bind, and in the end, just too much, just too good. Couldn't give him anyway as Lazy again, top fragging in the server. Went 25 over on Icebox, and this time switching to Astra. Didn't even have that jet and started to give up to Ryan. Went 21 this time with the 14. Fixie 18-18 with the jet. Arisen 20-15 on that server. Iconic 18-15. Greeny 18-19. 19-13 for High Shot, the man with the judge. He was loving that weapon. Toby went 17-16. 12 kills to Mikashi, and also Katon with the 7. But yeah, in the end, it was just a bit of difference. Just rounds that, the teams that have that experience, they have just the better play, get the job done, and it was eviction notice being that today. There was opportunities for Rangitoto College, considering we haven't seen them so far because they have been over in New Zealand, have done a pretty decent job. I'm impressed by them. They've still got a bit of work to do if they want to challenge the eviction notice in towards the further end of these finals. But yeah, I mean, just too good in the end, getting that done, and yeah, go Judge. Who needs a rifle?
Rangitoto College, it's a good thing that it's a double Elam bracket, so they can still actually come back potentially, right? This is a lot for them to rewatch and work on. On the flip side, for Glen Waverley, they have good players. That's already one thing. But on the flip side as well, when you have players that can just take advantage of these really intricate, timings with the judge to escape with those clutches back to back, pretty much. It does so much mental damage to the opposing team, especially just with that gun. And look, that leads me into this series MVP. I wasn't going to say Lazy initially, but come on. It has to be High Shot from Glen Waverley Secondary College. Yeah, okay, he wasn't the most impactful, but however, over towards Bind, right, that is when I think he single-handedly changed the flow of the entire game, saving Glen Waverley from a basically unwinnable round 1v3. That was one thing, and that led to a snowball. I would like to say it broke the mental of Rangitoto, and that's how it led them to this 13-8 scoreline. Rangitoto, they were out for the running. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, they win that round. We think of it's 10-9. All of a sudden, they're one in between it. They've got a chance to really get this pushing towards an overtime. It's the same as the last map as well. There was that one opportunity you think of where they had a round that looked like they had it under wraps, and then that was just an absolutely crazy one from High Shot getting that done. And I mean, a 1v3 judge. I mean, you get the two close ones, but it's even the third one, even was a bit further on that off angle as well. And it's just absolutely huge across the board. And yep, a deserving MVP. I mean, any one of the players today over on the Glen Waverley side could have been that. I mean, we talk about the players there like that was a Lucky and how he played with that jet, and then also on the Astra. I mean, top fragging in both games. That is really, really nice. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough there for Rangitoto. They had, again, as I said, decent plays, but they need to go back and watch a few things, fix a couple up. But they still, of course, have that opportunity. They will go down in the double losers bracket. So I believe they will be playing off against the winner next week between St. John's, Colby, or Bop. So I believe that St. John's and Colby are playing off at the moment. So one of those two teams will get through against Bop, and then those two, one of them will play off in the lower bracket final against Rangitoto to see if they can go a bit further. But yeah, eviction notice. They look solid. They had the two games we've handcasted today. They took care of St. John's 13-6 on Icebox, and they take care of Rangitoto 13-8 on Icebox and 13-8 on Bind. Can't really say much else. They just very solid showing.
Indeed, and just like that, eviction notice, Glen Waverley Secondary College, they secure the first seed going into the National Championships. And guys, that's all the games from us today. See you guys next week, same day, Saturday, 4th of September, 12 o'clock. for the lower bracket games, which will be streamed, and those are best of threes because it's double elim at that point. Everyone, thank you for tuning in today. I'm Digital Cast, and of course with me, my co-caster has Daddy Slim. This is Meta HSE Valorant, sponsored by Optus, Torrens University Australia, and MSI. See you next week.